Please listen carefully.
Hello, and welcome to episode 15 of The Boxing Wire. I'm your host, Gabriel Hernandez. Thank you again for joining me today. It's Monday, September 17th, and want to talk about the Triple G Canelo fight, and then the 3 undercard fights before that, and then also I'm going to play you guys the post-fight interviews for each Canelo and Triple G, and then I'll comment after playing the interview live after the fight and see what you guys thought of the fight, see what you guys think about their comments after the fight, and we'll go from there. First of all, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for downloading the show. I'm seeing downloads from different countries. We obviously had a huge spike from Mexico on the last episode, because over the weekend, obviously Canelo bringing a lot of traffic, and Jaime Munguia as well bringing a lot of traffic. A lot of people are interested in the young Mexican fighter, and of obviously the main event, Triple G and Canelo. And then on Friday, if you listen to the podcast, I did a whole live day coverage of my day getting to the Save Mart Center in Fresno. A day in the life of a boxing reporter, I guess you could say, from the morning all the way to the end of the night, ringside and everything like that. As always, please follow me on all social media. You can look it up, The Boxing Wire. It's very easy on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, The Boxing Wire, YouTube. Just search The Boxing Wire. You'll find my channel. And I want to thank you guys for listening. The numbers, like I always say, go up each and every episode a little bit, little by little. And that's thanks to you. As I share the episode on your feeds, whatever your social media choice is. And if you, obviously, we all have friends or family that love boxing, and if you like the show, share it with them, especially the boxing fans, because they're the ones that like to hear stuff like this. So please follow me there. Also, again, I want to thank my new sponsors. I mentioned it on the last podcast. Welcome to Stars, the movie channel. Right now, there's a free trial, a 7-day free trial. If you go, I made it easier on the last episode. I had told you guys what you can basically, at the top of every page on theboxingwire.com, there'll be a little banner or a link to the sponsors, and if you purchase any items, that helps the show out tremendously, because this is a free podcast, and we want to keep it free, and also we want to make it a lot better, and we want to keep improving each and every episode. Like I said, it's only episode 15. I want to eventually get to episode 15,000 if possible, and I want to get this as close to perfect as I can. So thank you again to Stars for joining the Boxing Wire team. Unfortunately they don't have banner ads, and the banner ads that they do have don't take you to the free trial portion of their website. So you're gonna have to look for the text link, and the text link is Stars Start Free Trial, and I have it on various spots of the. You're gonna go to theboxingwire.com/sponsors. That's theboxingwire.com/sponsors, and I'll also apply a link, that specific link, probably in the bio of this episode. So wherever you're listening, you'll probably be able to see the link, so you can just cut and paste it, or if the website or the location where you're playing the audio allows you to just click on it, that's even better. Click on it, and just click on free trial. It's 7 days. You have nothing to lose. Literally free. You can cancel on day 6 if you're not happy. If you like it, it's only $8.99 a month. Please support Stars. They're a great sponsor. Secondly, Fanatics.com. You'll see a banner with hats, and it says Fanatics. It's a little banner. Any sports team, college football, basketball, hockey, NFL, baseball, professional basketball, college basketball, tennis, golf, any sport you could think of, they have the gear there. From hats to shirts to jerseys, shoes, they have it all. And right now, it is September 17th, and until midnight of September 17th, they have a site-wide sale of 65%. So if you're listening to this before midnight of September 17th, hurry on, go to theboxingwire.com/sponsors, click on that Fanatics link, and you get 65% off, people. That's a hell of a deal. I was looking at some of the things that they had there, and it's like, you know, like hats, usually like $35. They're going for like $23, things like that. Huge sale. And also use the shipping code 39SHIP. That's 39SHIP, and you receive free shipping on any orders over $39, and that code is 39SHIP. But don't remember, go to theboxingwire.com/sponsors. Also want to thank again Touch of Modern. Touch of Modern is a website that I like personally, and that's the reason I reached out to them. One of a kind products, just basically cool guy stuff. They have anything from mini nano drones, grooming kits for your beard, anything you could think of. If you're a dude's dude, go click on their banner. It's just the letter T, and there's also a banner that says 70%. Right now they're having a huge 70% off certain products on their website. So if you click on that, on the banner, it'll take you to there, and you'll be able to see 70% off. So please go and support Touch of Modern. They're a great sponsor as well. And then also lastly, Share a Sale. Share a Sale is an affiliate marketing platform. That's how I got in touch with these other sponsors. So if you yourself have a website, you yourself have a blog, if you have a social media presence, a big following, you can go to shareasale.com, and you can reach out to certain sponsors and work with them, just like I'm doing right now. And it's a lot. It helps both parties basically, because obviously, you know, they're driving traffic to their site, and they're selling their products, and then we're also getting a percentage of the sales as well, and you guys are getting great products at the same time. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna play Canelo's interview first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and respond, and then I'll play Triple G's interview second, go ahead and respond, and then lastly I'll go ahead and just talk about the undercard and my opinions on the fight in general, just overall how I scored it. So all right, here's Canelo.
Muchas gracias a todos. Primero quiero agradecer a todos, a toda la gente que siempre ha creído en mí, a toda la gente que ha estado apoyándome durante todo esto, y pues en especial a mi equipo y a mi familia. Muchas gracias por todo su apoyo.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's always believed in me, thank you to everyone who's always supported me, and most of all, thank you to my team and my family. Thank you.
Y pues decir, estoy muy contento por la victoria de hoy. No fue fácil, pero gracias a Dios hicimos el trabajo que teníamos que hacer. Salimos con el objetivo que queríamos. Desgraciadamente no se logró el knockout, pero trabajamos para ganar, gracias a Dios.
Unfortunately, I did everything I did to complete my objective. Unfortunately, we didn't get the knockout, but thank God we walked away with the victory. I'm very happy with it, because all the work that we did paid off in the ring. We're going to open it up for questions.
First question over.
No, también quiero, pues, ya lo he dicho muchas veces, y quiero dar las gracias a mi equipo de trabajo, Eddie, Chepo, Reynoso, que siempre han estado conmigo desde los 13 años, de no saber nada a llegar a estas dimensiones en el boxeo. Estoy muy orgulloso de estar con ellos. Aparte de ser grandes entrenadores, son como una familia para mí.
I've said this time and time again before. I want to thank my trainers, Eddie and Chepo Reynoso. They've taken me from nothing since I was 13 years old to the highest level boxing. And more than trainers, they are my family.
Y yo sé que después de esto vamos a seguir avanzando, vamos a seguir aprendiendo, porque Eddie siempre se preocupa por aprender cosas nuevas, por enseñarme cosas nuevas. Y yo, como el primer día que llegué al gimnasio, le sigo haciendo caso y eso me ha servido para llegar a donde estoy.
And I know that together we will keep moving forward, we will keep learning, because what I like about Eddie is that he's worried about learning. And me, I'm just like when I got there, my first day to the gym. I'm always listening to them and taking note of their lessons.
Muchas gracias Eddie, Chepo. Y ahora pues también ya se unió con nosotros Raúl Arriola, que ha estado ahí, es un gran miembro del equipo y una persona humilde, disciplinada también, y eso es lo que queremos en el equipo. Muchas gracias, Raúl.
Also, thank you to Raúl Arriola. He's been there from a very beginning and he's very disciplined, and that's what we need in our team. Thank you very much, Raúl.
All right, first question over here.
Straight back, Canelo. Congratulations on your victory tonight in a heck of a fight. My question for you, Abel Sanchez accused you of running in the first fight. He didn't let it go all through the promotion. Tonight, you obviously did not, I didn't think you ran, but you obviously did not make a counter-punching strategy. You stood in front of him, you stood in the pocket, you fought with him. Can you talk about how you guys came up with that idea to do that for this fight? Did he goad you into it, or did you just decide, you know what, I'm going to go for it and I'm going to fight this man toe-to-toe?
Sí, no fue mi plan. Como lo dije, quería buscar el knockout. Desgraciadamente no llegó. Tenía un rival muy fuerte también enfrente de mí, pero eso es lo que salí a trabajar, ¿no? A buscar el knockout. Desgraciadamente no llegó, pero tuvimos la victoria.
It was my plan for the beginning. At first I aimed for the knockout. Unfortunately, we didn't get the knockout, but I'm happy for the victory. It was my plan.
Next question.
Canelo, what was it like for you to not only win, but to win this way? I mean, a lot of us who've covered this where I've never seen Gennady Golovkin back up. You had him back up in the middle rounds. And then, you made him very tired, too. He was reeling from his fatigue. To do it that way, how proud are you of yourself?
Can you say that again? The question.
Basically, what was it like to win the way you did, where you had Gennady Golovkin backing up and getting tired? This, unbeaten guy who had won 20 straight middleweight titles.
No, estoy satisfecho con el trabajo que hicimos hoy. Es el trabajo que teníamos planeado. Estoy satisfecho, muy contento con lo que hicimos hoy. Creo que eso fue lo que nos dio la victoria. Estuvimos analizando la pelea y creo que esa era la vía para poder ganar.
I'm satisfied with the victory. I'm satisfied with how we did it today. We were analyzing the fight, and that was very key into getting the victory tonight.
Canelo, can you just tell us, among all the victories that you've had in your career, how much this one means to you?
No, es muy importante para mí esta victoria, para mi carrera, para mi país. Es muy importante, estoy muy contento por eso, porque esto le va a dar mucho orgullo a mi país, ¿no? Y a mi historia en el boxeo también es algo increíble, así que estamos muy contentos.
Next question.
This is very important. This is a very important victory for me. This is a very important victory for my country, and I know that this victory will give a lot of pride to my country, so I'm very happy.
Next question over here. Saúl.
Saúl, buenas noches. Dentro de las cosas que no le reconocen a los Reynoso es lo que hicieron con el Chololo Larios, que dejó por ahí el récord de 10 defensas para un jalisciense. Precisamente para tu legado, con lo bien dotada que se ve ahorita la división de los medios, ¿te ves quedándote aquí este tiempo y buscando de entrada ese récord?
No se escuchó bien tu pregunta.
Te decía que dentro de lo que no le reconocen a los Reynosos el gran trabajo con el Chololo Larios, a quien tú lo viste, él todavía mantiene el récord de 10 defensas para un peleador jalisciense. ¿Te ves quedándote el suficiente tiempo en la división de los medios ahora que hay tan buenos peleadores como para intentar ir por esa marca, y más ahora que empezaste directamente como querías con el número 1? Aquí.
Lo único que sí te puedo asegurar es que no pienso en la derrota y no quiero perder.
The question was that there is a record for the most title defenses by someone from Jalisco, Mexico. Do you think you'll be able to achieve that or go farther? He says, look, the only thing in my mind right now is the victory. That's all I can tell you.
I have a question for Eddie and Chepo. If you could, the strategy tonight, the different way that Canelo fought, can you just walk us through why there was such a significant shift in strategy from that fight to this one?
Sí, buenas noches. Sí, estuvimos estudiando mucho la pelea y cuando tienes un boxeador que sabe hacer bastantes cosas, pues es fácil cambiar las estrategias.
Look, we were studying the fight a lot, and when you have a fighter who knows how to do a lot of things, there's a lot you can do and a lot you can change in the strategy for the fight.
Estuvimos trabajando en el gimnasio que a Golovkin se le gana echándolo para atrás. Entonces desde el primer round empezamos a trabajar en medio del ring y de empezarlo a echar para atrás y fue la manera donde nosotros estuvimos más cómodos y fue como pudimos ganar la pelea.
We saw that the best way to defeat him is by making him go backward. So what we did is that we started from the center of the ring, slowly moving him back, and that's when we saw that we would be able to get to victory by moving him backward.
Esta vez no estuvimos trabajando las piernas, nada más una vez recurrimos a las cuerdas, entonces creo que pues, lo que se practicó dio resultado y pues vamos a seguir aprendiendo.
We didn't work our legs that much, we didn't work it on this one, we worked on everything else, and that was key for the victory. Dos preguntas más, por favor. Two more questions.
Aquí.
Jorge Mile, Saúl, en el mundo del boxeo, ¿es el día más feliz de tu vida esta noche?
Is today the happiest day of your life?
Sí, es uno de los días más felices de mi vida.
Yes, it's one of the happiest days of my life.
Buenas noches, Saúl, al centro atrás. Salvador Rodríguez de ESPN. Preguntarte, Saúl, ¿crees que ahora sí quedaron contentos con un triunfo a la mexicana? Ellos querían que pelearas a la mexicana y lo conseguiste hoy. ¿Y qué posibilidades hay de verte pelear en diciembre después de este ligero corte con el que sales esta noche?
Sí, bueno, vamos a platicar con el equipo, a ver qué es lo que hay, qué planes y pues mi idea es pelear en diciembre. Vamos a ver si podemos lograr eso.
The question was, do you see it possible for you to fight in December? He said that, we have to talk with my team, we have to figure things out, but the idea right now is to fight in December.
¿Fue un triunfo la mexicana? ¿Fue un triunfo la mexicana como quería Abel?
¿Tú qué crees? Gracias, viva México. Sí, claro que sí.
Saúl, Eddie, los acusaron de que no se paraban, que corrían, y hoy me parece que te paraste siempre en el corazón del cuadrilátero y además en un tramo muy grande de la pelea, Eddie y Saúl llevaron a Canelo atrás. ¿Qué le dices a la gente que te decía que no te parabas?
In the first fight, Abel and others were saying that you didn't stay in the center of the ring, that you ran back, that you moved around the ring. What do you say to people now that you stayed in the center of the ring?
Prácticamente fui yo el que fui hacia el frente toda la pelea, ¿no? Y como lo dije y lo he dicho siempre en cada entrevista que me preguntan, puedo hacer muchas cosas arriba del cuadrilátero, puedo cambiar estrategias, puedo pelear de forma diferente y esta noche lo demostré y eso me enorgullece me enorgullece y más tener una esquina como la que tengo, ¿no? El trabajo que hizo con mi cortada creo que nunca lo he visto en ninguna otra esquina.
It was I who pushed him back. It was I who was the most aggressive. And more than anything, I'm also proud of the team that I have. They worked the cut very well. Who else could have a team like that?
One more right here.
Gracias.
Right, thank you very much, guys.
Gracias a todos.
Thank you.
So there you heard the words of Canelo Alvarez. Obviously, he's extremely happy, excited. Said it was one of the happiest days of his life. He says he obviously was looking for the knockout, but he couldn't get it because Triple G, has a great chin. He also said that he plans to fight in December, So he must feel pretty good even after that war in the ring. I mean, he was taking some big shots himself, consistent jab all night. Triple G was able to open up a cut over the left eyelid, and he mentioned that as well, as you heard, giving his team props for stopping the blood. Yeah, I mean, it did look like a pretty big cut, maybe about, I would say, a quarter of an inch or so. So it was a pretty sizable cut, but it wasn't really bleeding. So whatever method they used in order to stop it, which it looked like it was just the old school with the Q-tip and a little Vaseline, but or it could be just that Canelo's. I don't remember him ever being cut badly or anything like that. It could have just been his young skin that held up, with the pressure. And yeah, he looked relaxed. I think there's a lot of weight off of his shoulders with the whole PED thing, the failed tests, and also the way he fought in the last fight, and Abel Sanchez saying all those things, that he wasn't fighting like a real Mexican fighter. And today, or on Saturday, he showed that he wanted to show that he is a real Mexican fighter, and he did show it, in my opinion, because he wasn't running like last time. He wasn't trying to rope a dope. He wasn't moving really much. He was right there, and at times he was moving Triple G back. Wasn't allowing Triple G to be his usual seek and destroy self, because he was throwing very, very hard punches, sporadically landing them, in my opinion. Triple G was the more consistent fighter, obviously because of the jab. He just kept popping that jab, looking for that big right, looking for the combinations, and he was more active, less accurate, but he did land more punches than Canelo. Canelo looked, I mean, it's hard, guys. I mean, I was watching the fight the first time, and I scored it 115-113. But I mean, I can definitely see the judges seeing it another way, just because of the fact Canelo was landing some good hard left hooks to the body, which I gave him a lot of credit for. In the rounds he won, the rounds I gave him was when he was able to utilize his left hooks. But in my opinion, the last 3 rounds, he started to slow down, especially after that 10th round. He did get, looks like he got hurt. It could have been just because of the fatigue. He did take a big right hand, and from that point on, that's the first time in the fight where he had a little give in him. He started moving backwards, and Triple G started to come forwards, smelling blood, but Canelo survived the round. And in my opinion, the 11th and 12th didn't do enough to win those rounds, but one of the judges did give the round to him, which gave him the win. If not, it would have been a draw again. It would have been 114, a majority draw. So now, also, guys, I wanted to let you guys know, because I had got a couple emails, I just remembered right now, about the free trial with the stars. When you click on the link, and it's going to ask you for like your email address, your name, and it's going to ask you for billing information, your credit card or PayPal. So right away, it's going to look like you're going to get charged. You're not going to get charged. Once you put valid payment information, the third part of the screen, it's going to tell you, okay, this card will not be charged until the 7th day. So don't worry. I know it looks, they did kind of they didn't really specify it clearly on the first page. It kind of just looks like you're going to get charged either $8.99 or the yearly, because those are the two options. But don't worry. Once you enter your email, once you enter your billing information, it is free. You won't get charged. And like I said, if you like it, keep it. If not, cancel on day 6. It would help out the Boxing Wire tremendously. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and play you Triple G's comments at the post-fight conference, and I'll come back. All right, guys. Here is Triple G.
Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Was there something that Canelo was doing that threw off the potential for a body attack? Is that something that you wanted to do tonight and you just couldn't get it done?
Давайте я буду на русском говорить. Да. Просто можно сегодня много чего говорить. Хотелось бы поздравить Канело в первую очередь, потому что он сегодня чемпион. Много шуток.
We can say a lot of things tonight, but first of all, I wanted to congratulate Canelo because he left this building as a champion.
Да, и сегодня был хороший бой для нас обоих. И каждый делал свою работу. Просто сейчас можно говорить о разном. Но я чувствую, что я чемпион. Также хотелось поздравить, что он сегодня чемпион. Сегодня была битва двух чемпионов.
We can talk about a lot of things, but again, I want to congratulate Canelo. I want to congratulate Canelo. I feel like I'm a champion, but he's also is a champion. So it was a fight of two champions tonight.
Question for Abel and Gennady. Canelo obviously fought a very different fight tonight. He stood in the middle of the ring. He traded more than he did in the first time. How surprised were you by that? And how did that change the way you managed this fight?
Изменило вашу манеру боя, то, что вы делали в этом бою? Для обоих.
Я чувствовал себя очень комфортно, то есть мы сегодня делали хорошую работу и контролировали и джебом, и все практически контролировали бой. То есть если он даже не убегал назад, это не говорит о том, что мы проиграли бой.
Well, I think I felt very comfortable. I think we control the fight, all the jabs, and even though he was not running this time, it doesn't mean that he was controlling the fight. We were controlling the fight.
No, you know what? I expected Canelo to come out and give us that type of fight. He was goated into it. I said in many interviews that he had a chance to erase the issues that he had in May. I believe that he erased the issues that he had in May. What a great champion he is. He's the champion today. But that's the kind of fight that I expected. That's the kind of fight that the fans expected. And when I talked to Gennady all along this training camp, I explained to him that I thought that Canelo was going to stand and trade with him. So in the fight, I was trying to make Gennady have it, make it a fight instead of allowing Canelo to rest. I wanted him to fight more, but the fight was close enough that one round difference. It could have gone either way. I think the last round was the round that made the difference.
Gennady, Kazakhstan newspaper, Dialogue Jedusu. Not for the journalists, not for the fans, not for the business, but answer this for yourself. Do you think you have will, strength, desire to prove, to do anything to prove that you are still champion, and what you're gonna do with that?
Конечно, я боксер, я боец, и я буду делать свою работу, и это есть моя работа. То есть как меня оценивают, как меня судить. Конечно, я бы хотел думать, но я буду делать свою работу постоянно.
Of course, as a fighter, as a boxer, I will continue to do my job. I will continue to work to prove that I am the best.
Hey, Gennady, Ryan O'Hara, FightNights.com. If the third fight does not come to fruition with you and Canelo, what is your plan going forward?
Couldn't hear the question.
All right, I'll try again. Hear that now? There we go, that's better. Gennady, Ryan O'Hara, FightNights.com. I was asking if a third fight does not come to fruition between you and Canelo, what would your plan be going forward?
Окей, какие у вас планы? Хотите ли вы третий бой?
Конечно, мы будем разговаривать, конечно, это замечательно.
Yes, of course, we would like to have a third fight. We would continue and negotiate about it. It would be great to have a third fight.
Dante with Dante's Boxing Nation. Golovkin, did he ever hurt you in the fight? Do you feel you ever hurt him, and how many times?
Вы вообще получили какие-то повреждения вообще? Насколько серьезно?
повреждений нет и чувствую себя хорошо. И сижу. Нет. Ну, небольшая сечка маленькая.
Well, actually, I feel fine. I feel great. I have a very small cut when we bandage our head, but otherwise, I wasn't hurt. I feel fine.
Golovkin, we know you upset, get out of the ring because you thought you won the fight, but you lost. But tell me, why you will do different if, in case to win the fight? What do you think you will be different, do different to win?
Если бы будет третий бой, что изменится, как он будет по-другому выглядеть третий бой, если он состоится?
Имейте в виду, как бы скажу, что от меня это много не решает, довольный, я делаю свою работу в ринге, то есть как это оценивается, это же не моя проблема, не мой вопрос.
Well, I'm just a fighter. I'm doing my job, and how to judge my performance, my work is not my job. You know, I'm as a fighter, I'm just doing my job inside the ring.
Gennady, straight back. My question for you is, Abel talked about how he said that he thought that Canelo would fight the way he did, that he would change from the last time. He would come forward more rather than counter the way he did so much in the first fight. What were your expectations? Did you agree with Abel that you thought he would fight you more standing right in front of you than he did last time? And what did you think when he did that as opposed to fight the way he did the last time?
We couldn't hear the question. Can you please repeat it louder, because it's...
Can you hear me now? I was wondering, he fought you countering the last time. This time he stood in front of you. Abel said that's what he thought that Canelo would do in this fight. I wanted to know from Gennady what his thoughts were when he saw that that's the style that he was fighting him, that he wasn't going to counter him the whole fight, that he was going to stand in the pocket and he was going to fight with him.
То, что делал Канело, вроде бы обещал, что он будет делать, но то, что вы видели, действительно он делал именно то, что он обещал.
То, что он обещал, но в принципе он не убегал в этот раз. Я говорю, он не убегал в этот раз, но это не говорит о том, что он выиграл весь бой. Не было же ничего такого, что он по очкам выиграл весь бой. То есть он, да, он не убегал этот бой. Он говорит о том, что он победил весь бой. По очкам.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, yes, he was not running from me. He wasn't running around this fight. But that doesn't mean that he won this fight. And the scores do not really support that he won this fight.
We have time for one or two more for Gennady.
Ему его вопрос, но по-испански.
Canelo peleó la pelea que había peleado Canelo hizo en esta pelea lo que había hecho en 40 peleas anteriores. Peleó como yo esperaba que peleara. ¿Por qué? Porque tenía esa presión de probarle a todos ustedes y al público que podía. Canelo primera pelea excepcional ahora. Ahora es campeón. A ver si se puede hacer otra vez como dije, porque creo que el público merece la tercera.
Боксировал, как бы, и мы к этому были готовы, то, что он не будет бегать, потому что прошлый бой он бегал, опять же, он прошлый бой бегал. И понял, что это ему не принесет. Сегодня он просто стоял, то есть он пытался боксировать, не говорит, потому что это мексиканский стиль. То есть я говорю, что мне не было такого, что он победил явно этот бой. То есть его надо поздравить, что ему отдали сегодня, что он сегодня чемпион. Его надо поздравить в первую очередь. я не считаю, что он сегодня супер мексиканец. Стиль показал какой-то, там ничего такого не было.
I don't think he really demonstrates some super great Mexican boxing style. Yes, he was not running away from me or was running around this time, but it doesn't mean that he won this fight. He didn't do anything special.
One more from.
But sorry. But most importantly, I would like to congratulate him with today's win.
Mark Wicker, one more. Thank you. Mark, go ahead.
Abel, could you address that question earlier about the body punching? Did you want him to go to the body more? And if not, why wasn't he able to do that? Okay. Abel, just wanted to see if you could address that earlier question about body punching. Did you want him to go to the body more than he did in the first fight? And if he did, why wasn't it able to be effective?
Yeah, obviously we wanted him to do a lot of different things, and I'm sure Chepo and Eddie wanted Canelo to do a lot of different things, but when they're in the ring, they're going to do the things that they see available to them. Canelo fought the fight that he needed to fight today to win. The judges saw him win. That's what's important. I think we have to give credit to Canelo instead of trying to say what we didn't do. He fought a great fight. We appreciate all the support, but we can't be hypocritical and stand here and complain about every damn decision we lose. Look, the judges were good judges. They saw the fight in Canelo's favor tonight. Maybe the next time they'll see it in our favor, but Canelo fought a great fight, man. You can't take that away from Canelo.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, guys.
So there you heard Triple G's comments along with the trainer Abel Sanchez on how their view of the fight went. Obviously, they believe they won. They acknowledge that Canelo did fight a good fight, and they gave him credit for standing there and not being afraid and trying to engage, especially Abel Sanchez. And Triple G seemed to kind of deflect the question a little bit more. He did acknowledge that Canelo did fight a different fight, but wanted to make it clear. He made it clear a few times, saying that it doesn't matter if he didn't run this time, that he still would control the fight, and he still won the fight. And I agree with him, but I also agree that the decision, in the eyes of the judges, could have gone to Canelo. So, like Abel said, that's boxing. Unless you get a clear-cut KO, and if you leave it in the hands of the judges, sometimes even if you win the fight, it's not going to go your way, and that was the case for Gennady these last two times. And that's probably why he walked out of the ring initially, and he didn't do the post-fight interview, because he was probably just frustrated. He probably felt that he's won both times in his mind, in the ring, the way he felt, and he probably feels like he got robbed both times. The first fight was a little bit more definitive, in my opinion. He definitely won that fight 100%. I mean, in my mind, this fight, it's not 100%. I mean, I do believe, like I said, I've watched the fight twice now. Both times I've scored it 115, 113. But like I said, it's up to the judges. It's not up to me. It's not up to the fans, and it's up to the fighters. In order to get that win, you got to go for that KO. So hopefully we see a third, though. I mean, man, don't you guys love seeing these guys fight? I mean, whoever wins, loses, or draws, they put on a good damn show, man. They come out there, they're going for broke. They're trying to knock each other's heads off. No one's running away. No one was running. No one was hesitating. They were trying to rip each other's heads off. And I tend to agree that if Gennady would have invested a little bit more to the body, that he probably can stop Canelo, but he just never got to that point where he could consistently go to the body. It may have been something that he was feeling or seeing in the ring that Canelo was trying to set him up for, and he was just too hesitant to try for that punch. He could have felt that by going to the body, he was going to get countered with something, so he decided to stick with his jab, control the distance, control the fight with his jab and his right hand. I feel he did enough to win. But anyways, I want to talk about the undercard as well. The opening bout was Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. A few years ago, in my opinion, was one of the top 3 fighters in the world. The way he used to fight was just amazing, just non-stop coming at you forward, combination after combination after combination, and eventually he would take you out with his heavy hands. Just a great pugilist at the lower weights, especially like 108, 112 pounds. Now fighting at 115, a shell of himself, obviously. And after losing 2 fights in a row to Rungvisai, the last one especially was bad. Knockout loss. It looked like, wow, that was probably the end of Chocolatito. And, I thought he may have never been the same. But he looked great. I mean, obviously he's not as fast as he used to be, but that comes with age. That comes with, the more weight on his body. Man, but he was throwing some beautiful combinations. And that right hand in the 5th to just end the fight, right on the chin, right on the button of Fuentes. I mean, he just leveled the poor guy. And Chocolatito's back in the mix. I don't know if he's back in the mix as like he's gonna come back and take over the division, but he can definitely get back in the mix. Fight maybe Estrada again. They fought way back in 2012. He's back in the mix. He can fight Ioka that we saw just a couple weeks ago. He can even try to get the rematch with Rungvisai. I mean, even though he's lost 2 in a row, I mean, the first fight was a very close fight. The second fight, he was just not the same. But I mean, either way, I would love to see Chocolatito fight again. Obviously, I don't want to see him get hurt though. But if he keeps fighting the way he fought on Saturday, it's going to be a great. He always puts on a great show, similar to Triple G. That's why they're usually always on the co-main event of a Triple G card, because he brings a great show and display of just power and technique, and I love to see him fight. The second the second bout of the main event of the pay-per-view card, my brain's going crazy here, was David Lemieux versus Spike O'Sullivan. You guys probably know if you followed it. Spike O'Sullivan was trying to get under the skin of Lemieux all week during fight week, just calling him a greasy bastard and he's gonna knock him out, and just consistently just trying to get under Lemieux's skin, in which he did. At the weigh-in, he put his fist in Lemieux's face, like old-timey style. And the way it looked like it was going to turn out, it might be a little bit of a longer fight, a little bit more of a war. But Lemieux put that to rest very quickly as he landed a huge left hook, dropped Spike O'Sullivan to the mat. O'Sullivan couldn't get back up to his feet. The referee stopped the fight. When he got up, his eyes were glazed, glassy. You could tell he was still out of it. It took about a minute for him to really recover from that knockout. So that was a legitimate knockout. A lot of respect for Lemieux. I mean, he's been in there with Triple G, Saunders. He's been with some of the top fighters in the division, and he's come up short. But with this performance, he's definitely going to put himself back in there as an opponent for any of these guys. He might even get a shot at Canelo next. If they're looking to fight in December, he obviously only got 1 round in, so he's fresh. So we'll see what happens with that. But a great performance by Lemieux. Spike O'Sullivan ate his words, and there you have it. And in the co-main event, Jaime Munguia versus Canadian Brandon Cook. Jaime Munguia, 21 years old. He was on the short list to replace Canelo in May. Good decision by his management, and good decision by the WBC not to give him that chance, because in my opinion he's not ready yet. Very talented fighter, very hard puncher. Looks good, but he is only 21 years old. He won the title in May, 154-pound title, the WBO, against Saddam Ali. Looked very impressive. defending it in July against Liam Smith. Went 12 rounds. So he's little by little picking up more and more experience, which is going to help him down the line, maybe 2-3 years from now, to be in there against the best in the world. Maybe not 2 years, maybe a year or so. He's definitely a hard puncher. Obviously, one of the defects is his defense. He is hittable, so it's interesting to see what's going to happen once he does get in there against top flight competition that does hit with power. But very impressive third round KO. Cook, from the first 30 seconds of the fight, you could tell was overmatched, overwhelmed, and wasn't looking good for him. He couldn't take the body work from Munguia. Munguia was just landing those left hooks, very, very hard left hooks. So I look forward to seeing him fight again. And what I love about him reminds me of the old school guys. I believe this is his 6th fight of the year. Maybe could probably possibly get another one in. 7 fights in a year is awesome, guys. Most of these top tier guys now fight twice a year, if we're lucky. Like Canelo, kind of taking the Mayweather approach, twice a year. May and September, the two Mexican holidays. I mean, in the old days, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., I remember them fighting every couple months, even if it wasn't against the number 1 or number 2 guy in the division, just a good opponent. I mean, they're fighters. We love to see them in the ring, but now it's more of a business, which is understandable. They want to keep their brain cells, enjoy the money that they're making, and it's a business decision, so you can't fault them for that. Just as a fan, I would love to see them fight a lot more. At least 4 times a year, every 3 months. That's reasonable. That's what Triple G's been doing that's what he was doing before facing Canelo. He had been fighting about every 3 months or so, which I liked about him, which would attracted me to him, and why I became a fan of him about 6 years ago. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Just my thoughts on it. And also the 2 post-fight interviews, if you missed it, if you didn't have a chance to listen to it. Once again, thank you again for listening. To the new people, if you want to go back to old episodes and listen, that'd be great. And don't forget, support our sponsors. Go to theboxingwire.com/sponsors, and you'll see all the links to everything, especially Stars. I believe that's the best deal out of everything right now. 7-day free trial. Don't worry, if you put in your billing information, you're not going to get charged. It's just a formality, because obviously they want to put you on the monthly if you do like it. If you don't like it, free to cancel on day 5, day 6, whatever. You can cancel day 1 if you want to just watch one movie, cancel, whatever. Just go ahead and sign up, because that shows them that the Boxing Wire audience is going to support them, and it's it helps me out a lot, so I appreciate it, guys. And then also, if this is September 17th, right now, this is going to go up. You're probably going to have about 4 or 5 hours. If you're listening to it, you're going to have basically until midnight of wherever you're at to go ahead and get 65% off of everything on the website. So 65% off. Take advantage of that. And then if you spend over $39, you put in code SHIP39, and you basically get free shipping as well on that. So that's for the fanatics. I'm sorry, then the code is 39SHIP. 39SHIP. So go to the boxingwire.com/sponsors for everything. And Touch of Modern, like I said, they have a bunch of cool stuff for guys. So go there, buy stuff for yourself, buy stuff for your dad, your brother, your best friend, your bros, if they have birthdays coming up, Christmas, your uncle, your grandpa, your grandfather, anyone. Even for the girls, there's some cool stuff on there. And lastly, please share. However you're downloading this, thank you for those that are already subscribed. As soon as I upload this, I see this gets automatically downloaded immediately. That's how I know that those are the subscribers. And for the rest of you, it's going to take about literally 1 second after this. Just click subscribe, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, etc., etc. I can never remember all of them. I'm on 14 different platforms. So whatever platform you're using, please just click subscribe so it'll automatically download to your feed. And lastly, please share. Go to your Facebook page, go to your Twitter page, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever you commiserate with fellow boxing fans, go ahead and send them a link to the podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. And you can follow me, The Boxing Wire, on all social media. The Boxing Wire. I'm Gabriel Hernandez. I'm your host, and I'm going to be putting out, as always, another 1 or 2 episodes this week. Trying to do 2 to 3, and I'm currently setting up interviews with some big name fighters. It's just, sometimes it's hard to get these things organized. It's hard to get a hold of guys. It's hard with their schedules and their training, and also, sometimes they don't like to do interviews. So I just have to be patient. I'm gonna get you guys some big names on this podcast. Subscribe and go to YouTube. Check out some videos that I've posted. Take care. God bless. Thank you, Boxing Wire heads. God bless you, and keep fighting. As always, keep fighting.